Welcome back to my channel. What are we doing today? Today was supposed to be part two, to my perspective of these Kalour neon color sets. Unfortunately, what had happened was, in my attempt to create more storage on my filming device, I may have accidentally deleted part one's video. So, you don't get to see what my first impression of these were because, and I said were because I did try them on two different surfaces. Well, three if you include the swatch card in here. And I did talk about what I believe that those were at the moment I was discovering them. But yeah, that footage is lost, but it's okay because I did write notes, so I can discuss with you what what I thought of them initially, because I was writing notes along the way, and then I do have a color illustration to bring to you while we're doing that. So let me wrap up this segment and get into what my initial thoughts were of these, and then get into that color illustration. Okay, these colored pencils are marked as a 50 set. Uh, this was an amazing, beautiful, wonderful present from my husband. I've had this for about a few months now. Yeah, it came a bit after the initial three that I had, but when I searched on Amazon to see if there was a larger set of these, there wasn't. So 50 neon colors is the largest that I've seen. It does have light fast nest information, but first let me show you the outer tin. This is how the outer tin looks. It came wrapped in cellophane plastic. So yeah, it came shrink wrapped, and I removed all that on camera. So yeah, and this is what is set to the back if you want to freeze and read. The cover is hinged because it is a thin. The cover is hinged, and on the cover we have swatched out with light fast information, color indicated number, and color named. And when I did my calculation, 7 colors had a +4 light fast rating, which means 7 of them had limited light fastness. 25 of them had 3+ rating, which means 25 of them are considered light fast, and 2 of them had a 17 of them had a +2 rating, which means 17 of them are considered good light fast. And we're talking about fluorescent colors here, guys. Fluorescent colors. And out of the 50 colors that are here, I think I have here 48 of them. Out of the 50 colors that are here, 18 of them. Wait, let me read my notes properly. Out of the 50 colors that are here, 48 of them do not have seamless glue. And when I talk about seamless glue, I'm talking about this little line here. Can you see it so prominently? So the barrels are not glued seamlessly for 48 of these. 17 of them, 17 of them, none of the blues are reflective when tested on the blue light. So when blue lights are placed, none of the blues were reflective, and that includes 17 of them. Yeah, so, and this is basically how they came. They did not come, guys, with this elastic strap. When I'm working with pencils that comes with these little markers here, I like to put elastic band. So I will put holes in it so I can put this elastic band here, so it's easier for me to lift up and pull out. But it comes with the black one. The blue one is mine, the black one is theirs. And this is basically the order it came in. It came ordered 1 to 50. All these pencils already been sharpened by me and used. And these are how the pencil look. It's a round barreled with the F, I believe. Come on, focus on it. This is important. Come on, focus for me, please. There we go. So I believe the F means fluorescent, bright yellow, striped, 4 dots, which is limited light fast. N001, there's a line which separates the back end of the pencil from the front part, and it just says Kalour, and that's only written on one side of the round barreled. Other important note is that the entire barrel is coated with the color indicator. So this is supposed to be bright yellow. What I found, one thing that struck me when I first opened these, and let me move this from here and show you it this way. And let me bring you out a bit. Come on, thank you. This here, guys, if it looks like I'm only looking at maybe 8 colors, if it looks like I'm only looking at 8 colors, that's because literally a lot of the colors here seems to be repeated. It's like they have different color names, they have different color numbering, but essentially it's basically the same color. That's how I see it, especially when I looked at the swatch. Let me bring you guys back in. Yeah, look at the swatch. Yeah, you're seeing repeated colors a lot. Even though there are different color names, there's different color numbering, the color seems to be, the color itself, the hue of the pencil itself seems to be repeated. I did say that 17 of these colors, none of the blues reflects, which includes 17 of them when placed under black light. However, 14 of these colors, 14 of them are not fluorescents. So those colors here, these colors here, and some of these do not reflect at all under the blue light. Okay, I did color with this pencil on this paper. Now this is drawing paper, which is just drawing paper that is sold here in the country of Belize, and this is how it came out on this surface. You know, this is the color. Yeah, and again, it seemed very similar. A lot of the colors in this set seem very similar, and this is how I'm able to color with it. This was not like the other previous 2 set. I believe it was the metallic and the pastel tone color pencils from Kalour that came with a color spender and a graphite pencils. These ones did not come with that. The other things I should add about this is that the crumb production, it doesn't crumbs a lot. The crumbs on these pencils are very minimal. The oranges, pinks, blues, and greens felt a bit dry during coloring for me. And I could sometimes get confused with the pencils, especially if I'm trying to, because of this. Let me bring you guys back out a bit. Sorry if I'm making you guys a bit dizzy. Because of this, where you see all the pencils look kind of alike, it kind of confused me a bit. So it's like, okay, I want to use bright yellow, which is this color, bright yellow, but because, come on, yes, but because ginger yellow have the same coating as bright yellow and lemon yellow have almost the same coating as yellow, it was a bit confusing for me. So I needed to read the color names and numbering very carefully. It does sharpen well with a conventional sharpener, but I will recommend you use a crank sharpener for these because it's just much smoother. The sharpening experience is much smoother with a crank sharpener versus a conventional handheld sharpener. When I say conventional handheld sharpener, I'm thinking about these guys here. The other note I have with these is that I'm reading my notes here, guys. I believe I already said that. I talked about it not being centered. That was the point I was supposed to make. The pencil leads are not centered in the pencil. Let me see if I could give you guys an illustration right here. Yeah. You notice, yeah, this is an illustration of it not being centered. So some of them are not centered at all in the lid. And the other part I find with these is right here. Like if I'm taking a color from here, this part is okay. The top part, this tray here is okay. When getting a pencil, I can easily get a pencil from this tray. However, when it comes to trying to get a pencil from this bottom tray, it is a little bit more challenging for me. And these are some of the things that I got caught up with now. These are some of the things that I noticed with these pencils. Please excuse me, guys, if I seem to be blabbering a little bit too much. It is hot. I'm having somewhat of a heat stroke here. Now I'm talking about comparisons. Now this is the illustration that I've had set forth for these colored pencils. This is actually a redraw, and if I can find the original of this, I will put it up for you to see. But this is actually the comparison of this, and I compare it to two other neon tone color pencils that I had. I compared them to the Pointer and the Milan. This is the Kalour, and for me, the Kalour just feels a bit more brighter than the other two colors here, as especially when you notice here, the Pointer, interestingly, neon came with a purple color versus the Milan, which came with a blue color. Very interesting. So I just used the blue here for that. You would have seen the purple here for that. And like I said, it just feels a bit more brighter. This is where I did an erasability test for these other colors. Now this I did is erasability test. I don't remember where I have that test, but I did do erasability test with these. And it seemed to erase about 50% lighter. About the same measurement of these. It doesn't really blend, and more, it doesn't really layer to it. Kind of resists if you're looking at this part here, where I try to do blending, and it kind of resists. It tries to blend, especially here, here, and here, but when I try to put all three of these colors together, it felt more like I was trying to force two people together who just hate each other. That's what I felt like. So yeah, I will definitely give you the scoring for this. I will definitely give you the scoring for this when I'm through here. And guys, let's now quit with the blabbering and get to the coloring. point I'm going to make is that the point here, right here. Notice my point. Come on, focus for me. Yes, the point right there. Notice my point. Now this is the color that I would have used, the pencil, the color that I used for this background here. And the point of these pencils eat down a lot. It was something that I noticed with the pastel tone color pencils, and it was also something that I noticed with the metallic color pencils, how quickly the lead tend to eat down, especially if you're coloring a large area. I'll, I find myself sharpening the pencil multiple times. Like for instance, this will need sharpening again because I used it here, sharpen it, used it a little bit here, and you know this, yeah, it's way smaller than it's supposed to be when compared to a pencil that I barely used in this piece, which is the blue. You can obviously see the difference, which one is longer. So yeah, these are pencils that I probably will tend to use up quickly with multiple usage. But all in all, it was fun. I enjoyed the smoothness of this pencil. Kalour, I've noticed with the other sets that I have this amazing tendency to have very firm leads, but the leads comes with a smoothness that I enjoy. And I did enjoy that these pencils were also very light. Like the weight of these pencils are very, very light to hold. It it almost makes it feel very bargain friendly, and it is a bargain friendly side of the color pencil spectrum. So but the wood in it is really not heavy. It is not a heavy pencil when compared to a pencil like the polychromos pencil that tend to be a bit heavy. This one is extremely lightweight. So I'm not even sure if this is actual wood that it's made with. It could be compressed wood, why it is so light, because these are very light-weighted pencils. And you can see what I said when I said that the colors all seem familiar, because these are different colors that I used here. And you can't even tell the difference between these three neon pinks. They all look the same, even though they're three different colors. So yeah. But all in all, let me finish up this part here in the corner that I'm doing here. But guys, let me know what you think of these Kalour neon colored pencils. Have you ever tried neon colored pencils before? Have you ever tried these neon colored pencils before? What was your experience like? What tips can you give me? Did you have the same vibrancy? Were you also very concerned, especially if you have a neon color set that came with a blue or a dark green? Do you all honestly notice it didn't reflect against blue light like I did? Those colors really don't, like I did. Let me know all your amazing goodness, those amazing goodness, in the comments below. And as always, thank you so much for joining me on this journey, and please stay safe, stay blessed, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.